We starting to set up right now for MELI Fall Winter 2023 campaign called MELI Motorsports. So you see me unloading. Humble beginnings, man, humble beginnings. But what I'm thinking is we just fire through shit. Like you get your shit, you get your shots, yeah, and then you change. Oh damn. A little blooper. What's up, ladies?
MELI is a sophisticated streetwear clothing brand that stands for more equality, less ignorance. I'm a first-generation Congolese American, only one out of my whole entire family born in the USA. My upbringing basically instilled in me from my mom and dad how to treat others as human beings. Basically, education was a huge key component in my upbringing, learning more about who we are and where we came from, and just being knowledgeable about different areas in life. So that's the foundation of my brand. I instilled those values growing up into my clothing company. Fashion's always been a passion of mine. Spending a lot of times in the stores and shopping with my mom and my two older sisters. So, you know, I was just always around it. In 2017, I went home to Africa for the first time ever. So it kind of refreshed my understanding of where we came from. Everywhere I went in Africa, visiting our different family members, I would see a sewing machine or someone there at work, knitting, sewing. There's a group in Congo called the Sepiers. They're individuals who wear flamboyant or just like loud pieces of clothing to kind of act as a visual language in what they believe, and even peaceful protests. So it's in our DNA. It's in my culture. It's in my roots. So definitely instill that into what got me into fashion. And 2 years later, in 2019, that's when I launched the brand MELI. So it took about 3 years of just kind of figuring out the aesthetic, the brand DNA, the mission, the vision. The way I launched it was pretty interesting. It was a community fashion show through my nonprofit organization called Fame Foundation, Inc. It's an acronym: Fashion, Art, and Music Experience. MELI is, again, it's a sophisticated streetwear brand, so a lot of the fabrics and the details and the cuts that we include into the garments will display a higher end aesthetic. Definitely with the value of more equality, less ignorance. We want to make sure we also appeal to not only the male audience, but the female audience as well. Indianapolis has been a pivotal part of the growth of MELI. When we first opened up our showroom in the Stutz Business Center, we would have pop-up events to just get more branding and awareness around MELI in itself. So we would get a lot of support from the community. We would even invite other brands to come be a part of these events. I just want to make sure we're just being intentional with providing the value and making sure we're actually building genuine, purposeful community around the brand.
So basically what we're doing here, we're shooting our Autumn Winter 23 collection. It's called MELI Motorsports. And basically it's a nod to the minority culture, breaking barriers in the professional sport of auto racing.
As we know, motorsports isn't that diverse. There are names such as Willie T. Ribbs, Bubba Wallace, Miles Rowe, Charlie Wiggins. The list goes on, but you know, they're definitely heroes who have made big statements in the sport. So that's essentially what this collection is paying homage to. When I was coming up with a location to shoot the collection, Dallara was the best option that we came up with. Shout out to Dallara. The staff over there is amazing. They allowed us to come in and do what we needed to do for about half a day. The vehicle we actually shot with was a Dallara EXP. It made sense. It's a very exclusive vehicle. It's a luxurious vehicle, and it fits the aesthetic of MELI, sophisticated streetwear. specifically is obviously a unisex look. When you think about motorsports, when you think about autumn season, winter season, I wanted to incorporate the leather fabrics, just kind of make it a little more classy with the double collar. You see the detail on the front with the buttons. You see the snaps on the wrists. But it's a look that you can wear, obviously, anywhere, but also switch it up for the guy by adding on the bottoms. We got a matching set that goes with those, pants and shorts. Perfect. Solid.
I actually don't like being the subject of photo shoots, but I do like photo shoots because it helps get the vision out of my head for others to picture. So yeah, running a fashion brand is definitely a challenge, but it's a challenge that I embrace and I make fun out of it. We're pretty young. You're going into year 3 officially of being on the market as a clothing company. Someday I'll have storefronts around the world. I'll have a huge digital presence, web store, really bringing sales in by the minute. Definitely looking to be a part of the global stage of Paris Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, you name it. But at the end of the day, man, I keep saying we're here to make an impact, not only a local impact, but a global impact, and spread the mindset of more equality and less ignorance. Seemed like that was like a 20-minute interview.